You know, like Amanda and we were talking, oh yeah, TikTok was humongous big. But you know what I love about you too? I'm more relaxed. That's what I like. I'm more relaxed. You know, I've been doing this for quite some time now. You know, interviewing, talking, blah, 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 this and that. But there's many a times I'm doing it for certain, and I don't, it's just something about it. I don't feel comfortable, but here I do. I really do.
That's great.
I
That's a
really do.
compliment.
I
Thank
mean
you.
that. I
Yeah,
mean
I
that.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Appreciate
yeah.
it. We're all family, right?
Yes. See, that's got a lot to do with where I don't hear that, you know, like TikTok and the other. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still loved it and all that, but, you know, in a different way. Yeah.
Thank you. That
Yeah.
means that
Yeah.
means a lot. That means a lot.
You're
Because
welcome.
it's not always corporate and
That's what
very
it, that's a, well, the word I was looking for. Corporate.
very too
Yep.
corporate. No,
Yep. Yep.
just
Thank you. That
just
means a lot.
just a couple guys with a camera. That's all we are.
Yes.
That's all we
That's
are.
the nice part.
We just happen to have some fancy equipment. That's all.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That means the world.
So it says here, as a boy, Kenny always dreamed of becoming a sailor, just like his uncle Jimmy. After graduating high school, he followed in his uncle's footsteps and joined the U.S. Navy. Kenny worked on a large ship. He felt privileged to serve his country. He was friends with the sailors, and he dreamed in red, white, and blue.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Obviously, from a very young age, the word patriotic Kenny is very fitting, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is because uh, my whole lifetime was that way. Very, very patriotic. And it will continue to be that way until I die. Uh,
Well, I like to believe I'm
It's
cut
a-
from that same cloth and that we bleed red, white, and blue, right? We're patriots.
That's right. Red, white, blue, we're patriots.
Amen
yes.
to that.
Yes. Yes.
Certainly appreciate
So,
all the things that the men and women like you have done to give us that.
it makes it makes a person, a military person, feel good when other people say that. It
Good.
makes them feel
I hope
darn
so.
good. Yep. Sure, it was rough at times. You know, if you did something wrong, you'd get heck for it, or should I say hell for it? That's a better word. And your commanding officer, hey, get on that slab. You give me 50, 40, 50 push-ups. You came back to your senses pretty good to be a decent sailor. Believe me. But there was a lot of other struggling uh, with the family, because we didn't have money for a house or nothing at the time for years until my dad started making enough to where he could build a house, and I was the first one there helping him. I even had a dump truck. I'd go over and haul dirt for him for the house he built, and to this day, he lives right in Maple, not too far from where I live. Is them brick them brick that we put on that house are still on that house. And you know where we got them? Well, we got them at the VA when they tore all the old buildings down, brick for brick. We went out there with a dump truck and a pickup truck and hauled tons of them back home, cleaned them all, took all the cement, cleaned them up, and they're on his house. So when I go by there, there's tears in my eyes because I remember that. And that house ain't changed a bit. He's got a beautiful place. And he helped me build my place in Stacy up here. So,
How was your relationship with your mom?
oh, great. We had a good relationship.
Yeah?
Uh, she always told my other siblings that, I was the best baby. I don't know what you mean, but I was the calmest and never cried, never did this, never did that. But yeah, she always said I was the best baby. So,
Well, that's nice.
So-
Were you close with your brothers and sisters?
yes, I was very close with my brothers and sisters. My younger brother, I fished with him all the time. Went deer hunting, pheasant hunting, and turkey hunting. So I was with him quite a bit hunting and fishing.
Well, that's nice. Didn't you tell me
Thank
that you went fishing with your dad too?
Yes, I did. Yes, when I was like six, probably in the third, fourth grade, he took me out fishing right away because he loved fishing, and we used to go to a lot of lakes and did quite well.
Oh, that.
No.
Did you have a close relationship with your father also?
Oh, yes, I did. I had a very close relationship with him. He worked construction, and I always helped him do things if he needed help on some jobs, mainly pouring concrete. I love pouring concrete.
Yeah?
And I'd help him on sidewalks. And tough and strong. So a
How did
couple
you?
times I got out of I got in trouble. And company commander and a company commander is usually a chief,
Okay.
and the one I had, he was rough. They're all rough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I got out of line. I did something I can't remember, but he told me, you get on the ground, you do push-ups, and you don't stop until I tell you to stop. So, yep, I had to do it. I was pretty well worn out, but had to do it. And I learned. I
Yeah.
learned to stay, to be good, and
Yeah.
and to do what I had to do. So I'm a plank owner of the USS Okinawa LPH-3 because that's an honor, and I mean an honor when you christen the ship and go off sailing. So there was a couple guys in there that I hung around with all the time. I want to know if they were still alive because they had my back, I had their backs, and if there was anything wrong or trouble, they'd be right there with you. That means so much. That means so much. I'd love to meet them again. Yeah. And she kept on telling me, if I may to tell you this, she kept on saying, Kenny, my parents own a bakery. Like, oh, wow, well, what does that got to do with me? I know what she was thinking about there. So, anyway. Yeah, with a sweet roll or some with some donuts. Come on, I'll get you some donuts.
A discount on our wedding cake.
Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Oh, but I'll never forget that. That was something. But
So how did you spend time or liberties in the Caribbean? It had to be kind of nice, right?
oh yes, I love it. I still miss it. I still miss it to this day because Liberty was fantastic, especially sitting on the shore of San Juan. San Juan is. I'd love to go back to San Juan one of these days. It would bring back so many memories. We used to lay on the beach. Well, as a matter of fact, one time we had Liberty, I think, for like, oh, I don't know, 48 hours or 24 hours. And we all went on the beach, and naturally we'd go to the bars and have cigarettes and take it back to the beach and party. Oh yeah, I love that. I almost did get back. I loved it so much. You don't want to be able. So yes, and in Haiti too. That was another nice, beautiful, beautiful waters, sand, and that's when I took my cigarettes and I took that pack and threw them out the window, and I haven't smoked not even one since then. I crave it, and I can be around people. Don't bother me. You could be smoking right now. It wouldn't bother me. What I would, what I would tell little Kenny if he was sitting next to me right now, Kenny, you're growing up. Do something with your life. Either the service or college or a trade school. Pick one of them. I suggest service. Because for one thing, little Kenny, what's nice about the service, if you do want to go to college or a trade school, you can go in the service and get the best education you can. Not only that, the GI Bill is there for you. You want to buy a house or other things, it's there waiting for you. That's what I would recommend. But if you don't, try to get a good education out of one of those other two. Trade school, construction, they make good money, or college, a degree. So that's what I would tell them. And I do tell these kids this. They come up to me all the time when I'm at the coffee shop because they carry flags. On my scooter, see this little cute little flag here? In the back of my scooter, I always got a bundle of them. I always carry them with me because the parents are with the kids. They're walking in the strollers and this and that, and they see those flags. And they come up, can I have a flag? I present that flag to them wholeheartedly, so fast, and the parents love it. The kid hangs on that flag waving. It's an honor to do that. Just to do that. It makes me feel so good. Yeah. And the kid will say, thank you, and thank you for your service. And that's what I love to hear, because that's what America needs. Amen. Yeah.
I got him hooked good, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Like a pro?
I was just going to say that. And I'll say it till I die. You are the pro, because you've taught me how to take off, fish, how to fish, you name it. I love that, because the way you had a hook, there ain't no way that would have gotten away. See, when I catch him,
They're barely left.
Pro, can I tell? When I catch him, it just goes right in there.
Well, let's get that guy back in the water so he can get bigger. Thank you.
Thank you. He swam away.
He swam away?
Yep.
All right. Well, great release.
Thank you.
Let me get you a towel. Hang on.
We even caught one.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
I'm going to keep you around.
I'd be more than happy to be your deckhand. That's what I would be, your deckhand.
No,
Anchor,
no.
You name it.
You're my fishing partner, not my deckhand.
Well, your fishing partner.
Can you travel the country?
Have no problem.
All right.
No.
It's a deal.
Wait a minute now. I don't think Amanda would like that. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
All right, we'll take
but
baby
maybe
steps.
just a couple.
Baby steps, yeah. Maybe
Thank
some
you,
things
Jay.
here in Minnesota.
Thank you, Jay. Yes. Thousands and thousands that are struggling from alcoholism. The way I would tell it to them veterans is, it's not easy. It's a struggle. You just got to hang in there and go out. Don't isolate yourself. If you start isolating yourself, you know the first thing you're going to think of is the devil, because that's what the devil wants, for you to start drinking again. And you can't do that. You got to get out of the house or whatever you do, and talk to people. Believe me, I don't care what it is, but talk to people. That helps. But take it, like I say, my thing is a day at a time.
So, you would, and you tell me if you don't want to share the story, but you had told me about a story last night about how you lost one of your sisters.
Oh,
in a fight.
yes. I lost one of my sisters. And it's hard for me to even tell the story, because to this day I miss her, because it didn't happen. Well, it happened back in, I think, 1997, 1998. We always had a Christmas party at her house. And, there'd be drinking, smoking, and all that. And my job when we were there all the time during that event, Christmas, was I was supposed to take my brother home, because he was a big drinker and smoker. So that particular time, I begged him, but he wouldn't go, so I left. So I get a phone call probably 3-4 o'clock that night, and I was the hospital calling, you got to get down here right away, that something happened. So I went down there right away, and they told me the story, and they took me in this room and showed me my sister. She died. It was a bad fire they had in the house, so she ended up dying, her and her husband. And my brother was severely burned. He was in intensive care for a long period of time. So, so the alcohol, it's not good. It's not good. So many things can happen when you get intoxicated. That much, there's going to be problems, and that's what happens. So.
And that was on Christmas night, huh?
Yeah, Christmas night. Yes.
Sorry to hear that.
Well, thank you.
The reason why I'm signing is because accessibility is important, and the deaf community is a huge part of my life. You know, when people say to me, I saw you on TV, or I saw this, or I saw that, or the Patriotic Kenny Foundation, you're giving scooters, I always say, my life is weird. That's always my response. My life is weird. Yep. I had people reach out from 20, 30 years ago saying, I saw you here or there, and I just say, yeah, I know. mobility scooters. My life is weird, but it's awesome. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything. It's amazing.
Good. Oh, you got one. Hey, Kenny, isn't it crazy that we just got here
I
and we're
know
already
it.
catching fish? This is amazing.
I know it.
Don't you think it's the guide?
It's definitely the guide.
I agree with you.
Definitely.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Kenny.
Thank you. Me and Jenny it would never happen. Yeah, it's the guide.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's the only thing I could think of.
It is. It is. I got to ask you something too,
Sure.
because you're the guide. You're the pro. On a minnow,
Did you say something? What did you say? You're the pro?
you're the pro fisherman.
That's crazy. Thank you. I'm glad you
are.
recognize that.
You are. But, Jay, what's the correct way to put a minnow on?
Well, it depends what you're fishing for walleyes or if you're fishing for crappies.
How
I
about
actually hook 'em a little
just for walleyes?
for walleyes? I like
Yeah.
to hook them either through underneath the mouth and through the head like that, or you can put them through the eyes too sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
I always saw you put them through the tail, and that's what I did the other day. No, thank you. Thank you. See?
So you
You're the
learn
pro.
something new every day.
Yes. Now I know. I got to tell Jenny I made a mistake.
Wait.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
So once it goes under, count to 5.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well,
I love it.
oh, he took
Here,
it.
let me put more bait on there for you. You talk to Hobby.
You know, Hobby, what's up with this? You must have the answer. Between me and you can say pro.
No, Javi can't say that about Jay.
That's what I thought. Well, I'm going to say this. He really wants to, but then he starts looking at him, and then he's got second thoughts, and he says no. the way he smiles.
Oh, I love it.
I know. I
Love
do
Hobby.
too. You know what a man that's got to get me?
The second the key turns and the first press of it, their faces is priceless. You can have the most tough guys or women, you know, and they're just like, all right, I'll take a scooter, sure. And they hit that button and they're like a little kid. The wind hits them and they just go and they don't come back for a while, almost always. They take off and it's like, look at them go. Are they coming back?
Now, I've heard rumors of gentlemen who go on Liberty and they find themselves a cutie here or there.
Oh,
How
yes.
how did that work out for you?
Oh, yes. That happened in Philadelphia Naval Shipyard when we was getting ready to commission the ship. We'd, because we were there for quite a few months before it was ready. We'd go to I can't remember the name. Anyway, it was a place for servicemen to go. They'd have women and dancing and drinks. Well, that's where we went. And I met a woman there. Oh my goodness sakes. She fell in love with me just overnight. Well, I did too. I liked her. I loved her, but not as much as far as wanted to go with her, get married. So got back to the ship, and she was in. She even called the ship and wanted to talk to the captain. I thought, oh no, what am I going to do now? I'm going to be in trouble. So that was big talk of the whole company when that happened. And she did it a couple, 2, 3 times. Finally, I says, no, I got to put an end to this. You can't do that, So,
What was her name? You remember her name?
Sandy, I believe it was. Yeah, Sandy. And she was a very nice girl, but no, I wasn't ready for that. Fine, just to go out dancing and have a couple drinks, but not to fall in love. I didn't want that.
From the beginning, Jenny and I have been there. We met Kenny from the beginning, and we've always kind of been around everything. And Jenny's dad, Jerry, too, he's deaf. And so the 4 of us, we always say, we're the crew. The 4 of us have been through everything together with this whole journey. So Jenny got involved. She's always been a huge help, I guess, to Kenny, a support to him, whatever he needs. So when the Patriotic Kenny Foundation was formed, we needed somebody to help pick out scooters. And the nominations that came in, I mean, in the first few months, we had just several thousand nominations. What do you do with that? It's a lot to go through. And Jenny really loved the process of reading every story, every nomination that comes through. She looks at every picture, every video, every name, everything of all these vets. I don't have the time or the capacity to do that. I'd love to, but I don't. And she loves it. So that is her primary, I guess, responsibility, is to help select scooters for veterans. And she loves it too. When we go and we get to give a scooter to a vet in person, that's the payoff. That's the reward, to see the vets' lives change, to see their families' lives change. I mean, that's a huge part of her life.
So anyway, that's how it all started. Plus, fan mail all over the world, Sweden, you name it, England, Switzerland. It's all in my bedroom in wooden chests, some real nice ones, tons of, and I reply on all of them, almost every
amazing.
one of them. I
That's
do
amazing.
reply, because at home I got a big roll of stamps, and I got these cards that Amanda made for me, Patriotic Eddie, and just say a thank you to that person.
That's very nice.
So
We have goals to just more. Our goal is more. Our goal is until we don't have any nominations. The goal is until everyone who needs a scooter has a scooter, without question. That's the goal. We don't have a specific number. It's just meet the needs of the people. People can help through volunteering. People can help through donations. Patriotickenny.com. That's where the donations go, and we are hugely driven by direct donations. So we have very little administrative costs, tiny, and everything else goes directly to the vets. We're a grassroots nonprofit. You know, we want that money going back. That's what we do. So patriotickenny.com, you can donate there, get involved volunteering, helping out. What I would want the world to know about Kenny before everything happened and after it all happened would be, he is the same person. He always says, I'm just Kenny. You know, he is genuine as can be. He is full of joy in tough moments, and we've seen some tough moments, and in the greatness. He is so full of joy. And if I could be Kenny when I grow up, I would be very happy. He embraces and enjoys every single moment, everything. He is so excited about life and just, I don't know how else to explain it, just being happy and forgiving. And, you know, he looks at situations where I might get a little, and he'll say, oh, no big deal, just let it go, you know, just be carefree. He's given me a perspective on life. Life is short. And, you know, they say you only live once, but Kenny says, Ulu, instead of YOLO. He says, Ulu for everything, and that's it, you know? Enjoy it, Ulu. So Kenny always signs in sign language. He always says, love ya, every time we see him in the morning, when we leave, love ya.
What kind of joy does it bring you to see the smile on the faces when you, not only for the veteran, but also for their family, I have to imagine?
oh yes, because most of the time when we donate these scooters, unless they're in another state, or sometimes even on video, we see the family there, the brothers, the sisters, the cousins,
Yeah.
the whole family, and the joy on their face.
My favorite moment, I think, always of giving a scooter, there's probably two, is right away when we walk in and I ask them, I say, can I give you a hug? And it's many of the veterans who get scooters, not always, but many of them are older. And they are always so excited to get this hug. And they're always, yes. And they hug like a grandpa hug, you know? It is so like, that hug, you can tell, just means a lot to them to have that human connection. So to me, that's one of my favorite moments. And another is the second the key turns and the first press of it, their faces is priceless. You can have the most tough guys or women, you know, and they're just like, all right, I'll take a scooter, sure. And they hit that button and they're like a little kid. The wind hits them and they just go. And they don't come back for a while, almost always. They take off and it's like, Look at them go. Are they coming back? These are people whose their mobility has been so limited, and they're relying on people, and they're free. They just take off, and they love their family, and they're so appreciative for the support, but they have independence, and they can go where they want. They don't need to ask somebody for permission. And you see them come back, and they're just like, love it. Those are the best moments.
Because of your Amanda, can tell you something. Amanda and Jenny, them two are the type that love senior citizens and love veterans. But, you know, a veteran shouldn't have to go through none of this. You know, it's too bad. You know, but what do you do? You know, so we got to help them as much as we can, you know, and then some, because they deserve every single benefit there is. They gave us our freedom, a veteran has, and we got to give back to them. Yes, amen. Yes, I would serve my country all over again. Yes.